Dear Dad, I wrote you this letter a while ago, but I never sent it. But today I need to get a few things off my chest, so here it goes. Dear Dad, I wonder if we have anything in common, like sport teams or favorite foods to eat, or maybe even what you like to do for fun. I wonder if we look alike or have any similar personality traits. Dear Dad, I wonder if I inherited any of your medical issues or things like my acid reflux, or maybe even my man boobs. Yeah, I wonder a lot of different things, but mostly I wonder if you ever think of me. See, Dad, I'm writing you this letter because all my life I've been confused, and I've been wanting to know what I did to never make you want to be in my life or get to know your firstborn son. See, because regardless of what happened between you and my mother, I know it shouldn't have anything to do with never being there for your firstborn. See, Dad, at night I can't sleep because as a man I know I'm not doing all that I can. I know my potential is way greater than the effort that's been given by me. And I'm wondering if that's because I never had a man or my dad to push me to do the right things and stay focused. Focused on God, on family, on love and success. See, Dad, we live in a cruel, cold world. And without a strong man in my life providing guidance, well, to be honest, I've been clueless most of my life. Dad, don't get my words confused. I will be okay. And my life went on after you abandoned me and my mother. And yes, my mom did her best raising me and providing for me and my sister, moving us from the rough streets of East St. Louis to a better, more positive lifestyle. But Dad, only a man can teach a man how to be a man. And so over the years, I had to develop ways to take the good things I've seen out of my mom and my sister's boyfriends and the men I have met in my life and try to apply them to my life and my characteristics. I also tried to study the men in my family. Well, the three uncles I have, one happens to be mentally unstable. One was an alcoholic majority of his life, and the other was a deacon in the church. And he just happened to be married about 5 times. So all of which who were either incapable or unwilling of teaching me the right way to be a man. So yes, Dad, I needed you. I needed you to teach me how to tie my shoes or to ride a bike. I needed you to see me graduate from high school or to see that I was the first one in my family to go to college. Dad, I needed you when bills piled up and I almost looked to crime to fix my problems. See, Dad, I needed you when everything in my life, from health, finances, my relationship problems, and my faith in God, all seemed to be going downhill. Dad, I just wanted you to come home and say, son, it'll be okay. Son, it'll be okay, and just hug me. Dad, what were you? I hate you. See, Dad, I know you think these tears are for you, but they're not. These tears are not for you. These tears are not for you. These tears, Dad, these tears are for that little boy in Utah. He's getting bullied every day at school. And he's scared to tell someone because he thinks it'll only get worse. These tears are for that teenage boy in New York who can speak 3 different languages. See, Dad, these tears are not for you. These tears are for that straight A student. But he's hanging out with the wrong crowd. And he will probably end up in a gang or doing drugs because he's easily influenced. Only if he had a dad, right? These tears are for that 15-year-old girl in Miami who hasn't seen her dad in 7 years because he's upstate doing a 10-year bid on drug charges. Dad, these tears are for the 18-year-old siblings in Atlanta. See, their dad left their mom about 4 years ago for another woman. And he forgot he had 2 beautiful kids and hasn't spoken to them since. Dad, these tears are for that 26-year-old man in California who's struggling with his sexuality because he's never had anyone to love him and he's never met his dad. These tears are not for you, Dad. These tears are for that 40-year-old woman in Sacramento. She also has never met her dad. And she loves everyone she meets. And the men she meets, she loves them even harder, even stronger, even if they're not right for her because, see, she's trying to fill that void in her soul of a man's love that she never had growing up. Dad, these tears are not for you. These tears are for that 33-year-old man who beat the odds, stayed out of jail, not on drugs, taking care of his kids. His kids know him. He loves unconditionally, believes in God, cherishes his family, and speaks the truth, and is able to forgive. Dear Dad, these tears are for me. These tears are to let go of the pain you caused. Dear Dad, I love you. Sincerely, your son, Quentin Wills.